More and more Americans are facing joint replacement surgeries, some of them in their 30s and even their 40s. It can be a long road back for some. I had surgery this past spring.
And it's so great to see you out of pain, right?
Yeah, and bounce back just like that. And it's tremendous.
It has been tremendous. And the Kennesaw man is also living proof that the surgery doesn't have to slow you down for long. He's had nearly every major joint in his body replaced. And Health Watch reporter Beth Galvin is here now with his remarkable story. Beth?
And this one's for you, Lisa.
Wow.
Because Larry Castillo, a guy you're about to meet, is not one of those guys who can sit still for very long. He's driven, he's competitive, he likes to win, and that's exactly what he has been doing for years, despite surgery after surgery after surgery.
For Larry Castillo, the best part of the day, hands down, is untying his boat and then setting out on the Chattahoochee River.
There aren't many cities that have a river literally flowing right through it. And it's a beautiful river.
And Larry says there's no better way to see the river and really experience it than in a canoe.
But I've always just loved the water in general, just being out paddling. It's very peaceful, it's very calm. You meet a great people on the river, you make a lot of great friends and all that.
Back in the mid-'80s, Larry realized he not only enjoyed canoeing, he was good at it, really good, when he won second place in his class in his first canoe race, and things just took off.
I've raced on a regional level, national level, international level. I raced 3 years on an international level.
Now 66, Larry has more trophies and plaques and ribbons than he can count, and more scars.
There's one there, that's the left knee. There's the right knee.
This guy has had 16 orthopedic surgeries.
Both knees have been totally replaced. Both hips have been totally replaced. The whole right shoulder is all titanium. This has been replaced. The right elbow, I've had total reconstructive surgery on the right elbow.
In his most recent surgery, Larry's lower spine was fused with metal rods and screws. Dr. Mark Hanna and his colleagues at Resurgeons Orthopedics have performed 15 of Larry's 16 operations because of wear and tear on his body. Hanna replaced one of Larry's hips.
Normally when you've had 16 orthopedic surgeries, you're not competing competitively.
But Larry Castillo is part of a growing number of orthopedic surgery patients who are pushing the envelope, trying not just to regain their lost mobility or stop pain, but pushing their new joints and bodies as far as they will go. Dr. Hanna doesn't want Larry running long distances, but he says this durable metal hip joint should help him stay competitive in canoeing for at least 15 years.
I'm excited for him that he's able to continue things that he is enjoying. That, you know, he mentions that if he didn't have these operations, he'd be sitting on the sidelines, and so to actually see him in the mix it's great. It's a good feeling.
Larry's advice to anyone who's thinking about joint replacement:
do exactly what the surgeon tells you to do therapy-wise. And rehab is the most important thing. You've got to do the rehab. The people I know who have done it and who have not been successful have not done the full rehab. And as a result, you'll stay in pain the rest of your life.
And when you're out there, are you in pain?
No pain whatsoever. None.
Instead, at the end of the day, when it's time to pack up and head home, the only thing Larry Castillo feels is free.
And Larry says he played catcher in a semi-pro baseball league when he was younger, along with other sports, and he says that kind of wear and tear on his joints has forced him to undergo so many joint replacements. He's now training for a 3-day canoe race, and it'll involve paddling for 90 miles, then picking up his canoe, which weighs 24 pounds, and carrying it along some trails for 6 miles. Russ and Lisa.
He looks fantastic. I mean,
yes.
A new joint does wonders.
Yes, and he says, I asked him, I said, you know, our anchor woman Lisa just had surgery, you know, just had her hip replaced, and he said, just tell her to stick with that rehab. That's such a critical part of the recovery. And he also says, you know, diet and exercise have been really key for him to coming back from this. But he swears that all day long he is pain-free now, which I know for somebody who's lived with pain for a long time, that's a big
that says a lot.
Hope.
Yes, it does. Yeah. It really does. He looks fantastic.
Yes, he does.
Boy, moving right along.
Exactly. I'm not surprised that you could have 1 or 2 and still be pain-free, but 16, that's pretty amazing.
Yes, and says he doesn't hurt at all. It feels great, actually.
Out on that boat, huh? Want to join him. All right, thanks.